Okay, so we got a question from one of our Facebook followers, Jay Robinson, and he'd like to know, what do you think most amateurs do wrong? And have you got any tips on line of aim?
Right, well, firstly, what do most amateurs do wrong? I think it's hard for me to just pinpoint one thing what amateurs do wrong, because the game is so hard that not only amateurs but professionals do things wrong. Everyone makes mistakes, so I think it's hard to pinpoint one thing. But I think if I was going to choose one without seeing the individual person play a shot, then I could elaborate a little bit more on what I thought that person did wrong. But without seeing anything, I think the most common thing that a lot of amateurs do wrong, and professionals in some instances, but most amateurs, is, as we discussed before, about how we take the balls in certain order and how we choose 7-8 shots ahead of where we're going to go. I think a lot of amateurs just play one shot at a time and don't really think about where the cue ball's going and then the next shot and how to get on the next ball from that shot. So I think selection of the order of the balls, I would say, is the most common thing that amateurs would do wrong.
Okay, great. So tips on line of aim. Right,
well, tips on the line of aim, I think, is a big part of it for anybody that plays any cue sport, because what happens is, as you can see here, we've set up the cue ball here and the object ball there, and obviously we're gonna cut the yellow ball into this corner. So your line of aim needs to be set before you get down on the shot. So as you look into the shot, if you see any sort of technical coach, they will tell you that you walk into the shot first. So you set your lead leg and then you walk into the shot, and as you're getting down and walk into the shot, you find your line, you find the alignment of the potting angle. So if an amateur in any instance has set up wrong and his alignment's wrong before he actually plays the shot, then even if he pushes the cue through in a straight line, he can still miss the ball because he was never in the right place to start with. So when you get down on the shot, I know without pulling the cue back that that's the line that I'm potting the ball at. Now, if you've set that up wrongly to start with, it doesn't matter what you do with the cue, it doesn't matter how straight your back arm is. If I've aligned the shot up wrong to start with, then I'm always going to miss it because I was in the wrong place to start with.
Okay. I've heard that there can be, depending upon which eye is your predominant eye, that can affect how you would line up.
Yeah.
Is that true? Do you find that? And does that affect how you?
Yeah. Well, I've got a predominant eye, which is my right, and I think a lot of players have, like Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's very similar to me. Sort of cues a little bit on the inside, but ultimately, what makes you a good player is, I think, that you have a natural alignment, or you learn technically from a coach to find the natural alignment of the ball. Now, what a lot of snooker coaches do, or what I've seen them do with the top players, is they'll put a ball, instance, say here, the cue ball there, so you can see that's roughly like a half ball cut into the right corner. Now, to make sure that you're finding the right line in the right alignment as you get down on the shot, what they tell you to do is get down on the shot. As soon as your chin touches the cue, close the eyes. So as I get down, as soon as my chin touches the cue, I'm going to close my eyes and then play the shot with my eyes closed, which proves that I've found the line before I've actually started cueing up to it, with my eyes closed. Okay. So I've found the line on the way down to the shot, and then going to play the shot with my eyes closed and hopefully pop the ball in the corner, which proves that I've found the line before I've even done any backstrokes. Or people think that you find the line in the shot. People do move slightly when you're cueing up, but ultimately you have to find the line of the shot on the way down. So okay, so I'm going to walk down into the shot. As soon as my chin touches the cue, I close my eyes, which then hopefully proves that I've found the line of the shot on the way down.
Great stuff.
Like that.
Well done. Great. So where to, just again on the, because when you're cueing, it's to the side of your chin. So is that to do with the alignment of your eyes?
Yeah, I think because some people have a predominant eye, and I think sometimes what it comes from as well is when people have played the game from a young age, they tend to, when they're small, they tend to not be able to reach the table properly. So, for argument's sake, they've queued up when they're small, and the cue's out to the side a little bit, which would be on that side. And as they get, as you know, they sort of naturally stick to what they've been used to. But yeah, you find people have a predominant eye, and you know, like I say, you know, Stephen Hendry would be on the outside slightly. Ronnie O'Sullivan sort of it would be similar to an eye, which is slightly on the inside.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
So, for more pool coaching from Gareth Potts, please visit homeleisurdirect.com/TV.